Welcome back, everybody. It's Tuesday, May 27th, 2025, and born on this date in 1912, former St. Louis Cardinals outfielder Terry Moore of Vernon. Today we have proposed parole guidelines and more. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama.
Comcast is committed to bringing access to the internet to all Americans, including rural communities across the country, like Sussex County, Delaware.
We were being left behind. Everybody around us seemed to have internet, but we did not. High-speed internet is one of those good things that we needed to help us move our farming, our small businesses, our recreation forward.
Learn more about how we're bringing our next generation network to more people across the country at comcastcorporation.com/investment in America.
Alabama's parole board released proposed changes to its guidelines that are stricter in some areas of consideration, reports AL.com's Ivana Rinkiu. Remember that the parole board's guidelines haven't been reflected in the state's parole rate. In 2023, the guidelines recommended around an 80% rate, as the three-member parole board voted to grant parole in only 8% of the cases. That's when AL.com and Ivana did their denied series. Now, the next year, 2024, the year that series came out, the rate rose to around 20%, which was still way below the ballpark recommended rate. Now, the guidelines suggest a score sheet method of evaluating inmates who are up for parole. They're scored on various criteria, and if the numbers add up to more than 8, then they might be denied parole. If it's exactly 8, they might be considered for parole. And if it's 7 or less, they might be granted parole. See, the higher the number, the worse the score. Well, in these proposed guidelines, it's recommended that a score up to 5 be granted parole and over 8 denied it. So theoretically, it'd be tougher to get an automatic grant based on your score sheet, but it would also be tougher to get an automatic denial. There's a bigger window where the scorecard results recommend either, and it's up to the parole board, which it is anyway, ultimately. Other changes involve putting more emphasis on behavior behind bars and the original crime. There are criteria there that can run that score up a little higher. Now, the asterisk here in all this is that the board members are not required to use these guidelines. They're strictly recommendations. Well, this graduation season includes the first graduation ceremony for Alabama Aerospace and Aviation High School in Bessemer, reports AL.com's Elena Bookman. Now, that school opened in 2022 to offer hands-on studies in science, technology, engineering, and aviation. On Thursday, 13 seniors will be honored. United Airlines 737 captain and author of the book A Pair of Wings, Carol Hobson, will give the commencement address. And for those of you who believe in North Dakota, despite pretty scant evidence of its existence, if you're buying what Big Cartography is selling, then you might be interested to know that North Dakota has joined the 80-mile-per-hour club. On August 1st, it'll become the 9th state to go to a maximum speed limit of 80 miles per hour on some multi-lane highways, reports AL.com's Savannah Trans-Fernandez. Studies have shown that higher speeds can lead to a higher number of deadly crashes. So be careful if you're traveling through North Dakota, going to wherever you travel through North Dakota to get to. Thank y'all so much for listening to us. We'll be back in the morning. Until then, y'all come by and see what we're doing on the internet anytime you want to at AL.com.